Eurovision people. Welcome to Eurovision is My Religion, where we casually chat, laugh, and cringe at the Eurovision Song Contest. Join us in our diverse opinions as we dissect the Euro madness. It's chill, it's funny, and it's the Eurovision hangout you didn't know you needed. Grab your snacks, pour a drink, and let's dive into this Euromania. I'm your host today, Simona, and with me I have Norway's biggest fan, August.
Hello, I'm August.
Eurovision Encyclopedia, Katrina.
Hello.
And this will be a bad year oracle, Gerda.
Hello, party people.
Welcome, everybody, and thanks for joining this very scripted, non-scripted, who that nobody knows podcast. So one may wonder, I guess, why are we even here? Four great friends from London. I would make a note that everybody has a podcast, so that's one reason to be here. But any thoughts?
Yeah, how can we be millennials without a podcast? Honestly.
We have a secret Gen Z, I think, or / millennial here, but that doesn't matter.
Are we millennials?
Yeah.
I think you may not be a millennial.
What is a millennial?
You're a baby boomer.
Millennial is 2000 plus or?
No, millennials are up until 95, 96.
Ah.
Yeah.
So we're like borderline.
Really?
We're borderline, yeah. Those two are not borderline, but me and August, we're young. We're young.
I'm 95.
Yeah, me too. Okay, too much personal information was shared in this part of the podcast.
But yeah, we wanna be hipsters in East London.
More information?
So my postcode is...
Yeah. I think probably the reason why we're here is because every single year we start Eurovision season in January and we talk a lot about it in front of our friends, and nobody from those friends really care for our conversations. So we thought we'll take it somewhere else.
Yeah, so we're just going to force them to listen to this podcast instead of listening to us in person.
Because
Great idea.
They will have to support us. So we put them in the uncomfortable position.
That's a good point. We chat so much about Eurovision and we follow all semifinals and selection processes. Well, not all of them.
Not everybody follows all of them,
okay.
but
some people follow more than the others. But so why not record and share those insights and thoughts with
and cringe
people that
together.
might care and cringe together?
It is exciting. I don't know why, but waiting for every country to come up with the song and then reviewing and discussing, and it's cool. It's fun.
Yeah, and I think what helps is that we all have very different opinions. I mean, we have the biggest Norway's fan, and then we have, I think, quite diverse views on what works in a song.
And whether that Norway song was even that good.
Let's wait till Norway's selection process to discuss that.
We thought that before sort of jumping into 2024 and starting our season afresh, we are going to be one of those people who continuously talk about the previous year Eurovision throughout the year and gonna not leave 2023 as it is, because we actually went to the actual show and, it's quite cool to brag about that. But also to reflect on Eurovision Awards that were released recently. These are fan awards.
Are these ones basically where Eurovision released loads of various categories and asked fans to vote on one of a few options, right? Options were given for each category.
Eight categories. in
Eight
total,
categories with some options and voted by the fans.
So some of us have seen it, for example, August and Gerda, and some of us haven't, the leftovers.
Yeah, and I think it would be fun for us to introduce the categories and for Simona and Katrina to guess who won the category.
Let's do it. Should we, Simona, should we even listen to the options, or should we just guess without
How well do you remember last
seeing
year?
the options? Pretty well.
Do you remember everybody?
Okay, let's see the options.
If you sort of present what are the categories and who are the artists, then we can see if we don't remember any of them. This is another challenge.
This is a good start of Eurovision podcast where we don't even remember Eurovision at all. That's okay.
We do remember very well.
So, we have the first category, which was in a very 2023 fashion, King or Queen of Riz. For those millennials out there,
you know Riz, right?
Is charisma. Word of the year.
Word of the year.
Word of
Oxford.
the year.
Yeah, it's true.
Thanks for introducing me the words recently, 3 months ago.
My little brother also explained it to me. Riz is a cool word. And you can be W Riz or L Riz.
Oh, L Riz is like loser?
Which means you don't have Riz. L Riz.
Okay, guys.
Shout out to my brother.
Okay, Riz. So someone very charismatic.
Yeah, if you want to guess straight away, I mean, feel free. Otherwise, I can just read out the categories.
What the artists are.
Yeah, the options.
Yeah, the options were Poland. Remember Poland?
Beba.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Charisma?
That would be kind of crazy.
She's definitely a queen. So then we have Slovenia.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yes.
Okay. We also have United Kingdom. Remember May?
We do. Who doesn't?
And the last participant was Italy.
I mean, what? Marco.
Yes, Marco.
Look at me and my knowledge.
He had a good voice.
Yeah, we're
Voice, not
focusing on
Riz.
Riz. We're focusing
But
on
no
Riz now.
Riz.
It must be Slovenia. It must
It
be all
must
the
be.
girls, including me, who were shouting and...
It must be Slovenia.
Yeah,
100%.
You're right. You're right. And I think this was a very convincing win for them because everybody was.
don't think anybody questioned.
Yeah, we definitely had a little crush. The next category was style icon, so best dressed or best costumes. So we have France. Remember the tower?
La vida want. I'm really good in French.
Yeah, I'm not. So I'm just gonna call out countries. Also, Croatia. I think that's an interesting choice. Yeah.
Yes.
The third participant is Germany. Blood and Glitter.
Yes. Oh gosh, good options.
Yeah.
All of these.
And for the final participant, it's Portugal.
Na na na.
Curacao.
Okay,
I'm
the
not
red
gonna.
dress.
I'm not gonna sing in this podcast. Please don't stop me from singing.
I would vote. Oh gosh, I would choose between Croatia and Germany.
I think it must be Blood and Glitter because they didn't get anything, so we must get something.
They could at least get this award.
Yeah, and Blood and Glitter, it's even in the name.
Yeah. Was it Germany?
No, guys, it was
Oh.
France.
It was France.
Oh, she had a lot of glitter as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of glitter. Also, very elaborate costume, like a very kind of tall.
Gosh, I guess they had to give the style award to France. Otherwise, it would
yeah.
be sued.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think Croatia, whilst I was up for Croatia, but I think it may be a bit too daring of a costume for Eurovision fans.
He was similar to a certain character,
yeah.
certain famous leader.
Yes. Right. For the third category, we have the most iconic duo. So now you have to remember which participating countries sent duos.
I
to the
think you're
contest.
gonna just list them in any case. so
Anyway,
I don't
if you
have to
want to
remember
guess
all
straight
of them.
away, obviously, I remember just really one iconic duo.
Yeah, one duo like jumps
Yeah.
up straight away. For me, it's pop.
Okay, what's with the singing in this podcast? But you're right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was the only one I think that I could remember, and the others were like, oh yeah, they were in the contest. Yeah.
What was else then?
Azerbaijan.
No, those guys were I like them.
Yeah.
I like them. They were cute, but were they iconic?
They were
first
twins.
Google
I think
to
they
find
were
out.
twins.
Yeah.
They looked the same.
Yeah.
Quite cute.
Yeah. Okay, quite cute. We go with quite cute. We also have Netherlands and Ukraine.
Oh, Ukraine, remember? Yeah.
I like the
What
Netherlands.
was? I don't remember.
It's, a man and a woman.
Oh, the song written by the previous winner.
Yeah, Duncan Lawrence. Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
Oh, which sounded the same?
Na, 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 na.
I think they changed how they sounded on the final performance in the repetition.
I think it was
different.
very controversial because they couldn't sing. And
Oh
Yeah.
something
Always
didn't work.
controversial.
no,
They
I mean in
changed
the pre-parties, and then somehow they managed to sing.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. I can't.
They were
remember.
changing the tones up and down or something. So
Anyways, so moving on, we have a category for vocal powerhouse. So essentially the best singer.
So Poland and
Okay. Funny. Where's the fake laughter track?
don't put it down.
Wait a minute.
Tell me when it stopped.
Good one.
Okay, can I try and guess again?
It wasn't my guess. That was unfair.
No. Someone guessed Poland. It was counted. I'm gonna go with Estonia. From what I recall, everyone was raving about her
everybody
vocal.
loved
Can
it.
you see my notes or something? Like she's sitting right next to me and guessing all
No,
the
but
right...
that's the one that were the act that really showcased their voice. Like, yeah.
You're right.
I think Katrina's cheating.
Yeah, I think Katrina's cheating and she's reading my notes.
Oh, Katrina is just trying to prove that she is the Eurovision encyclopedia since I said that.
No
It
pressure.
is quite the title.
Anyway, but I thought it was a quite close contest between the other participants because the other candidates were Belgium, Sweden, and Australia. Australia was kind of the rock band with the growling.
They were really cool.
Belgium,
What was
Gustav.
Oh, Gustav was so great.
Yeah, he's a vocal coach. And Sweden, well, obviously remember Sweden, but I think it was quite close.
When someone says vocal powerhouse, I like instantly think of these more like that strong, almost opera-like singing.
Yeah.
That's why I thought Estonia.
And a ballad, not like Australia. You wouldn't think of that. Even though it, yeah.
Yeah, and good growling. Yeah, because he had quite an interesting voice.
He's the guy with the gap.
Yes.
Yeah, with a gap. We all know the gap you're seeing.
Yes.
Talking about.
I hope he's not listening to our first episode.
No, he looked cool. Very hipster.
Yeah.
Very neon,
We like you in any case. Thanks for listening.
No, we like you. It was good.
Don't think anyone's
The
listening.
car, futuristic,
Yeah.
cyberpunky.
Yes, exactly. So you do remember last
I remember.
year. Cool. And then we have 4 more categories. So I think we're at the halfway point. We have, again, King or Queen of Choreo. So the best dancers. Are you going to say
It
Poland
has to
again?
be Poland.
Whilst in my heart, it's clearly Poland, I would say it must be Israel. Oh, yes, the Finland. I mean, I was
Do you want to
for.
see me dance? Do you want to see
And
me
she
dance?
dances then.
And she dances.
Yeah, she delivered. It was between Poland, Iceland, Finland, and Israel. I think Iceland did some kind of trick,
No,
backflip, or
she was just dancing like
the Papa
I
Power
got the
girl.
power.
Yeah, that's the part.
Yeah.
Oh, she was like very strong, cross.
Yeah, CrossFitter.
That's what you remember.
She had
CrossFitter.
some impressive guns, but was there much
She was
choreography there?
flimsy with
Maybe,
her arms
yeah.
flailing,
It was very
running around.
contemporary.
Yeah,
but
like modern art
Yeah.
dance.
I think for me, it also stood out as one of those like, oh, really? But yeah, the winner was Finland. Yeah.
I mean, I love Finland, so I'm not really mad about this one.
I can, on that note, move on to to the other category, which is exemplary artistic vision.
Okay.
And Finland is one of the candidates for this award.
That's so subjective. What does it even mean?
I'll read out the kind of the countries that were listed for this award. So it was Spain. Remember the flamenco?
Okay, yeah.
Finland, Sweden. I don't know what artistic vision was that. And
The
Serbia.
whole thing,
The
squishing
square,
the sandwich.
the sandwich.
the
Yeah,
platforms,
panini maker.
Yeah, the panini maker. Yeah. And the last one was Serbia. You remember the
Serbia. I liked
video
Serbia.
gaming.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Serbia's show on
Oh,
live was
the robot,
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would take Serbia personally.
Yeah, but it was Finland. I think every category that Finland was nominated in,
They won.
they won.
I understand because their
Yeah,
show
I
was
think
amazing.
Yeah.
fans wanted to.
I mean, it was kind of exemplary, right? Like, it's very interesting. So then we have a category for best bouffant. I don't know if I pronounced it right.
I had to Google the word.
His hair.
Simona speaks French.
Yeah.
Buffon.
It's a buffon.
Gogis, could
I
you
think
give us
I think it
translation?
means buffon was some hairstyle that is like
Basically
I
hairstyle,
think it's
right?
hair, best hair.
Yeah, best hair, basically.
Why didn't we just say best hair?
Because it sounds
The
better.
international
Like more bombastic if you say like buffon.
Yeah,
Buffon.
it's Eurovision.
Yeah.
Come on.
Fair
Like,
enough.
why
Yeah.
be simple?
It's the spectacle.
Okay, what are the options?
Sweden again. Denmark. Do you remember Denmark at all?
Yeah, I mean the K-pop kid.
The
Oh,
K-pop.
yes, the
That's
K-pop.
literally what I think she's reading my notes. I read K-pop guy.
Close for those. What was the first one, did you say?
Sweden,
Okay.
Denmark, Czechia.
They had like braided hair that were holding each other's braided hair.
Yeah.
Connected.
No.
Sister, yeah.
And Australia.
Australia. Must be Australia.
Yeah.
Surely.
I felt the same way, but it was Czechia. But
Was
I think,
it?
Okay.
like, yeah.
But the
well
part of the
deserved.
performance was, you know, the whole hair thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
involved the hair in the actual performance.
So, fun fact, I also looked at the awards for the 2022 and 2021.
That's how into Eurovision we are.
And guess who won the best hair or bouffant? I don't know what the category was called.
Monica, it must be Monica.
Yeah.
Monica
for no reason.
Monica won
Nice.
last year.
That's true. The bow.
Yeah, I think
no
it was
reason
really
why
was
we're
quite
excited
iconic.
about this. We're all
Yeah.
in London.
Yeah, okay. And the final category, I mean, I had to translate this one. That shows how international and fluent in English I am. But the award category was called Miss Congeniality. Congeniality? I don't know how to pronounce this.
Is it how TV movie?
Yeah,
called?
remember Sandra Bullock
Oh,
movie?
yes, I do remember
That's
that.
gonna show how old we are. Because that movie
Now
that came out.
everybody knows everything about us.
That movie came out in 2000s.
Great.
Yeah. Apparently, it's kind of like a pageant category for like the best personality, like the friendliest personality.
Cassandra wasn't a pageant, isn't it? She was a spy who was pretending to be
Yeah.
Miss Universe or whatever, something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, but this word is only used in the context of like
It's very
Miss.
yeah.
thing?
It's only Miss, and it's very related to pageants, which makes me question. Why are we
I googled
even-
this as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
It said that it's somebody who could win a competition just based on their personality.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Poland
like
again.
friendliness. Yeah, it would be Poland probably. Is it Poland one of the four?
No.
What?
Huh? That's crazy, baby.
Oh, this is
Beba.
rigged.
I have nothing against Beba's personality, but she wasn't on the list. It was between Norway, Belgium, Austria, and Australia.
I would personally say Belgium, but I really liked that song and I liked his personality.
I would say Australia again. These just seem such a friendly crowd. Like I would like to hang out with them. They just seem like
August.
nice people.
I know the answer.
Who
and
would you like to
I
hang
would-
out with?
I would say Norway.
You would be right.
It's true.
No, she seemed lovely.
She seemed cute, yeah.
No, I think August just felt it with his heart.
No, it's true.
He also
Norway.
voted probably in the awards.
Most likely.
So I do not see Sweden on this list.
Yeah, no wins for Sweden. And I think it definitely shows it's a fan voting.
Yeah, because
Rather-
the people vote went to Karja, isn't it? To
Mhm.
Finland. Yeah,
Mhm.
very clear.
Yeah. So I think like a lot of the participating countries that were hyped up by social media, kind of like true fans, I think you see them a lot on this list, rather than the ones that performed well in the competition itself, which is more like, some normies joining.
Yeah.
I mean, the hair thing is a bit unfair, but because Australia. Maybe we'll cut this one out.
The other interesting point, again,
To the microphone, maybe said.
no.
Try it.
The other interesting point, again, watching like the previous year's performances, there was another time that Lithuania won an award in the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So in the 2021, remember the Roop,
Yeah.
the discotheque? What?
Choreography.
Oh,
Choreography.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Nice.
And I think they were even nominated for some other category, maybe style or something, but
Yeah.
they didn't win it, but they won
Gosh, they
choreography.
smashed it.
Yeah, so it felt strange not seeing Lithuania at all in the kind of nominees this year.
Really? I think it was such a bland song.
Yeah, that's
What
what I
would
was
you
going to
nominate
say.
it
I
for?
mean, it had like Tuto Tuto, but that's about it.
oh! I even forgot what the song was.
It was
this
Now I
bland.
remember. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they
They
changed
improved
it.
it in all fairness, so,
Made
that's
the chant.
so hopefully we'll have some better participants this year.
Do you guys think it's consolation awards or is it legit? It's fans voting, right?
Yeah, it's
so
fans
it's not
voting.
it's not rigged. Where the
And it's
competition.
probably hardcore fans. Like,
Yeah.
what kind of normal
Yeah.
person would go to the Eurovision?
And
also,
to vote on some forum.
Exactly. At this
Yeah,
point, like in
probably.
December, like who
Probably.
really cares about Eurovision in December,
Probably.
right?
Well,
the people who will listen to our podcast probably. So thank you, you're great.
shout out to friends and family.
You're all normal like we are.
So yeah, I think it's very, very hardcore fans voting, and you can see that in the winners.
So deserving winner Finland, as opposed to Sweden.
I don't know.
Controversial opinion?
I don't think that was controversial. The whole internet was talking about this after the show.
Let him be edgy, okay? He wants to be edgy.
Ooh, I never heard this theory. Well done, Hukis.
Should Loreen have won the contest?
No.
In my personal opinion, no, but...
No, I mean, sorry, I just wanted to bring up that conspiracy theory where people said that she won because it's ABBA's anniversary and they want to host it in Sweden.
Yeah.
Could be.
Is it 50,
Allegedly.
50 years. 50 years since,
sorry,
since
allegedly.
ABBA.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice coincidence.
No, I mean, Loreen's song is really popular, right? Like, it's on the radio.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like still played in many countries.
Yeah, but you could ask a question. Is it because she won, or is it because usually the winning Eurovision song is played
Not
in any
necessarily.
case?
That Armenia song from, was it 21 or 22, got really viral on TikTok, and it's still like in the top
Could you
singles.
Snap.
Remind me?
Snap. You know, with the
Stepping 1, 2.
where she kind of pulled this post-it note curtain.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
understand why, but that's okay.
Yeah, it got viral, and you know
Why?
you're not really on social media, so you wouldn't have heard it. But it's kind of, I think she kind of was a warm-up act for Ed Sheeran or something. Like she's
wow.
really
She got
big.
massive.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's really big,
Really?
and she was.
Because
I
of
don't
those
remember what
post-it
place
notes.
she took, but it was in the top 5 or something.
Yeah,
So.
the power of TikTok these days. Hey?
Yeah.
Really good. Good. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so enough of crying around why Finland didn't win in 2023, and let's move on to the entries that actually are now coming in for 2024, which is quite great. It feels like Eurovision season has actually begun, and we're almost a little bit late because there are quite a few songs out. You know, Albania is out, Czechia is out, France is out, and some artists as well announced too. So we thought we'll take it one by one as per usual, because you're really interested, I'm sure, and talk about each of their entry and what our thoughts or initial sort of feelings are towards the songs. We're going to start with Albania. I'm going to introduce the song that's been released, and I want to apologize throughout the whole podcast. I mispronounce everything in English already, and I speak it fairly okay. So I will mispronounce even more. Apologies. The artist is Besa Kokedima, and the song is Zemron Dore, or Heart in Hand in our
Heart
words.
in hand.
Okay, let's focus on that.
Heart in hand, like you should have it. Heart in hand when I'm mispronouncing things.
No, never.
Yes. So.
Let me grab my phone 1 second. We'll cut
August
this part
just-
out.
August
Okay,
We'll
let's-
cut this part out.
Pause.
I had enough of mispronunciations.
Okay, are we all back?
We're ready. We're rolling.
Papawa?
So, Albania.
Yeah. Albania.
Nice intro.
Albania.
Albania.
What are your thoughts?
It's a nice country.
I haven't been actually. So.
I just
I'd like
went.
to go.
It was actually nice.
Big voice, big assets.
Big.
Really good assets, and
She
those are not
makes
crypto ones.
use of them. She showcases what she has.
Although she is wearing something that you would wear
It's true.
after a marathon, you know, to keep warm and everything. So,
The foil.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she should change the dress. Like, I mean, if she wants to keep the cleavage, you know, power
I think she
to
wants.
her. But
I would like.
please,
I mean, I like the
change
gold. I like the gold, but it just reminded me of Australia on those like poles, you know, with the kind of head thing.
And it does look foily. It looks very.
It
Yeah,
looks fun.
the spirals look a little silly, no?
So
Oh.
Where were you looking?
interesting.
Anyway,
Yeah. So, not my favorite choice of clothing, for sure.
Yeah, but she's a professional. Clearly, like when she stumbled,
Yeah.
you couldn't hear that in her voice. Like she handled it as a professional.
And
so
the
that was
voice
cool.
the voice is
Yeah.
really good, right? Like it sounds nice. I don't think it's a very original song. Like they
No.
tried something with that kind of I don't
Speaking
know,
part.
yeah, beats kind of rappy part.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a ballad. It's a ballad that kind of is in the contest every single year. But it's decent. Like it's decent quality, right?
It's decent quality, just not very memorable or singable.
yeah. I was thinking to myself a few weeks back, what makes because a lot of these songs try to be a Eurovision type song, right? It's like a type in itself. There's some memorable little melody that's repetitive but sticks in people's heads, and then there's some back vocals, and there's the type.
It's like a script.
Yeah, but these songs tend to not win. I think every year something interesting tends to win, I think. There's never like a generic Eurovision song that wins, I think, or at least I don't remember.
I don't know, like the Netherlands song in
I
2019.
yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
sounds
maybe,
quite
yeah.
generic.
Like it sounds the same, right?
Yeah,
Like
I
kind
guess.
of ballady. Then you have like Ukraine in 2015 or 2016, 2016, right? Like
the war,
yeah,
the tree.
I mean, again, like very powerful song, but kind of
So I think the thing is that ballads overall win still
Yeah.
Eurovision. It's more what August probably was trying to say is like your typical, I don't know, like scripted ballad. I
yeah, like a
suppose, isn't it?
formula type-ish
Yeah.
song. Where
It has to be something unique about it.
Yeah, I think.
I agree.
But it's a good point about the Netherlands. But his vocal was also very airy, and he just sounded so impressive with the piano, I think. But yeah, I didn't
He
expect that
wasn't
song
playing
to
the
win.
piano. We all know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
I think the visuals help a lot, and it will be interesting how they're going to stage this performance, because obviously she's not going to have the orchestra behind her and the back singers. And what are they going to show on the screen? How are they going to utilize the space that can elevate the performance?
You could really actually elevate it
'cause
and create a whole
kind of the
performance out
basics
of
are
it.
there, right? Like the voice is there, the song is generic, but it's not bad per se. I don't know.
And we don't get the language, but I read the words in English, and it sounds pretty poetic. Like sugar and blood, you poisoned my veins.
Blood
Little
and
by
glitter.
little, like a rope, you squeezed my heart. I built a bridge. Do you have a
Squeeze the
soul?
heart or squeeze something else? You may ask.
Take. She sings, "Take me and squeeze me." That's so forward, right? It's so. I mean, wow. Jeez.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, it's her words, not ours.
I mean, she's inviting, right? So-
Yeah. Anyway. That's we'll cut that one.
Shall we move to Czechia?
But do you remember, by the way, last year's Albania's family dynamics were quite hilarious?
Yeah, that was funny.
I think Albania in general in the last few years went through a bit of a metamorphosis, because there was that girl who was very kind of loud and out there and flashy and dancey. Then they moved to family, which was like very
the family song.
Yeah, and now they're back to the assets, but kind of in a supposed to be like classy
Classier
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so interesting.
No. Strong voice. If a performance is done well, it's not too bad.
Yeah, the family was hilarious.
Yeah, the poor brother who was behind everyone's back.
Yeah, exactly. The brother, little brother who they made attend the performance.
He really did not want to be there.
I think he had one word to sing, or maybe three in the song.
He was there for the vibes, definitely.
Next one then, Czechia.
I remember
Let's
this
have
really
a
well.
listen to refresh, or do you not need to listen to refresh?
I don't. Oh, I remember. No, I don't want to listen.
I think we'll be forced to listen to it many more times than I would like to limit.
So they are not stopping the podcast to have a quick listen, because we felt like we've heard enough of it. So any thoughts?
God,
Somebody's gonna say it, but it feels like Maneskin from Wish, no?
Yeah, I think that's a good summary. It could be somewhat interesting if they could sing at least.
Yeah.
I think the rhythm and the music is not necessarily bad. I think the singing that really sort of doesn't work.
God, that was bad. And they are really trying, because as you said, Gerda, to write that Maneskin vibe. But for me, it was giving the vibes of last year's Romania, like very distasteful, very trying to be cool and rocky, but the end product was just not very nice to watch.
Controversial statement maybe, but I don't like fringes. And when it's I think it's a song about self-love, but it comes across, like Katrina said, a little bit self-obsessed, I think, maybe a bit distastefully when she's like shaking her behind with the dancers, and she's like, it's all like a little bit in your face. It's not sexy.
Where does the fringe
subtle.
come in? I thought that's a hairstyle
Well,
that you don't like.
to do with the charisma already, it's for me a minus, and then it's on top
He's just
about
building a big point about
It's-
And
hello.
it's, and it's
yeah.
that a particular Gen Z fringe, like a super
it's
short
very
one.
high.
It's Berlin French.
It's Berlin.
It's
Yeah.
almost stubble.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think it could. The look I liked. I liked the kind of edgy performance, but it looked really cheap. Kind of, I think the cheap in terms of costumes, in terms of like the stage, obviously was really small. Kind of like it wasn't like elevated to the Eurovision standard, but I think that's to be expected. They haven't uploaded their like official Eurovision
Yeah.
performance to the channel, so that's fine.
But did you see there was a bit of controversy in the voting? Because this year in Czechia system, 70% of the votes counted were the international votes. So international votes had weight of 70%.
What?
What do you mean international
yeah,
votes?
So voters from other countries.
What?
Not
could
Czechia.
vote?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, why
they-
nobody told us?
Yeah, their system was like that this year, and only local national votes only counted for
That's a bit
30%.
unfair.
It's a bit stupid, no?
Czechs
No, they're
themselves,
trying
for
to
Czechs
get-
themselves, ICO with this song pedestal were like only down in top somewhere in the 5th place, maybe, like far, 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 far behind numbers 1 and 2. I did actually listen to what the Czechs themselves wanted to select. The voice was quite weak as well. It was a bit more traditional ballady, like, so a bit more boring. Well, quite a bit more boring. Was weak, but it was trying to build up to something. It didn't really go anyway. So, yeah, I just thought it was interesting, though, that this was not
Yeah.
the song that Czechs
Okay.
themselves were voting for.
Were we allowing for international people to vote? Because the idea is that if people international like it, there is more
They will
likely
do well.
that will vote.
Yeah.
But,
The Eurovision.
but that's the theory is flawed because of the distribution of votes. No, then
Yeah.
or unless you regulate the international vote in some smart way. But
it's
because
weird
then
that they put the weighting.
Yeah,
in,
the weighting,
right?
like, I
it's
don't-
okay to allow
Yeah.
international
Yeah.
votes,
Because
but the weighting.
I don't
is-
even know how many votes it was. Well, I hope it was a lot of votes, but
Yeah.
chances are
And
it
from what
might have
country,
been,
right?
It might have
Maybe
been
it's-
like just a few hundred votes, and they
Yeah,
had
yeah.
70% of the way.
family on holiday just in that island.
Bing, 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 bing. Yeah.
People could have taken a short holiday to vote.
Just go to Austria or Germany and
Was it like that previous years?
I didn't check that.
Yeah.
but
Because usually last few years, personally, like Czechia's performance have been really, really good.
Yeah.
I mean,
What if
Czechia was on the upward.
really,
what if
really
direction.
the country that partakes is a neighbor who wants to screw
Take
Czechia and votes for whatever performance, and maybe the turnout for votes was 80% from Austria.
Yeah.
very elaborate plan to screw Czechia's chances.
The whole nation
Yeah. Again, Czechia.
gets together.
are we gonna have to add occasional conspiracy theories?
yes.
Allegedly.
100%
Allegedly.
conspiracy theories.
How? Yeah.
Speculation.
It's not Eurovision. If
There
we
is
don't
no
have-
conspiracy
if there is
theory.
no conspiracy theory. Yeah. So overall, just hope they will improve those vocals.
I like the onesie that she wore. I found
Yeah.
that quite pretty, personally. I don't know what August has as an
No,
opinion.
but I
It
think
wasn't
it just-
the onesie; it was the dancing.
Yeah.
For something to be sexy, as a man, I'm maybe sharing my perspective. I think it has. There's something about sexy and subtle, maybe if it's dynamic, mysterious, a little bit tasteful, not like standing and like shaking your ass. And
But do you
that's it
realize
for
that
12
August
seconds.
doesn't like asses. Okay,
the
gotcha.
whole song is actually probably not about being sexy for males as such. So
Yeah.
it's interesting that you're making this comment now.
Oh, yeah.
Cancelled.
Maybe.
Cancelled.
No, well, yeah, maybe not males, but I think it's all about this love, and I need myself, put myself, I will be loving me more, loving me.
Exactly, not August loving me. I don't care about
No,
August.
but I take his point, right? Like loving you, but then kind of the show that she put on.
Yeah.
Well, they put on.
It's sensual.
Kind of, it tries to attract this attention in a kind of, I don't know, flashy way, right? Like it's not a ballad about finding yourself. It's kind of very on the edge. So
point.
I don't know. I think it can be elevated, and maybe if they can sing slightly better, it would sound better.
Yeah, the singing wasn't, the vocals were something
like
mumble, something.
I mean, it's hard to sing. She was really jumping around, so it's hard to sing well in when you're so energetic in any case.
Unless you are Beyonce.
Yeah. So maybe if they kind of calm down the whole performance, maybe their vocals would be better, or maybe she can just do a lot of vocal training from now to the Eurovision.
I mean, what's her name? Bianca or Blanca?
Blanca.
She improved somewhat,
She did.
right?
Yeah.
So
Was she bad?
But
oh, she was really
Spain?
bad. No,
Really?
no, not
No.
Spain.
Oh shit!
no.
Oh no,
Poland.
I thought you were talking about Bianca Paloma.
Yeah,
No,
sorry, I
yeah.
get confused between them. Yeah.
Yeah, because she wasn't bad. She
No,
was good.
She was good.
no,
She was
no,
good.
Spain,
Yeah.
obviously. Nobody, I think, questioned Spain's vocals.
Bianca Paloma, and what was the Poland name?
Blanca from Poland.
Blanca from Poland.
Easy to
Similar.
get
It's the
confused.
synonym. Yeah. Sisters.
Yeah.
Any final notes around Czechia?
I already said my final notes previously. I think we all did.
I think. Yeah.
I think it's very drained already, that topic. Should we pause and watch France now?
So interestingly, we watched Czechia and Albania before, in preparation for this podcast, even though it feels like it's completely unprepared. But we haven't watched French, so we're gonna have a watch and give you the freshest of our opinions about.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, let's go.
Anyway, France. Who knows French?
Yeah,
You know French.
Yeah, you're the buffon.
Well, Mon Amour. That's the song.
I think it's about love.
Oh, really?
Did you use dictionary to translate that part?
I think he wants to know if the person loves him. I love you, I don't know why. I play the scene again. Do you love me or not? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? I love you, I don't know why.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
the lyrics are as good as the song.
No,
Okay.
it's there are more lyrics, but
think
that's the gist. That's the main
You
point.
don't need the A levels in French to.
I think the staging, interestingly, is in some senses similar to last year's.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah,
A soul figure in the dark with sparkly outfit really
Just
gives Lazar vibes.
all the attention just to that person, their movements, their hands. I think
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
but Zara's song,
Also,
it was
with
like
the
that.
costume, a little bit of Italy last year, with the kind of sparkly.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
so true.
exactly.
That's so true.
Yeah.
combined too.
I was more hopeful in the beginning. I thought that it sounded a bit like Mahmoud because he had such a deep voice and it sounded melodic. But I was a bit bored with the constant notes. Maybe I don't know if it's memorable. You know, now I don't. I just remember like notes.
Okay, enough.
But he has a nice voice.
For me, it was zero hope at the beginning and zero hope throughout.
Really?
Total sleep fest for me.
Really?
No.
Don't you think they could do well, like they did in Voila?
Which I
years?
also didn't like.
I didn't
Yeah,
like
Voila.
I think people just
Conspiracy.
like good ballads, kind of performed in
French
a
ballad.
But
classy
Voila
way.
yeah.
wasn't a good ballad though.
I mean, I don't even like ballads at all, so I'm not the one to comment. But I feel like France kind of send these songs and then do
True.
well, and whenever they send something a bit more interesting, they don't perform well.
It hurts me so badly. Remember Fullen?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
2022.
That was so
Very
good.
That
And
was so good.
Dun,
Okay, the
dun,
vocals
dun,
were a bit
dun, dun,
shaky,
dun.
but I loved the song, and they flopped massively.
Yeah.
24th place.
And I think after that, they just decided, okay, let's just continue sending the songs that do well.
Yeah.
and this is one of them.
It's
It's
like
such a
Italy
shame.
sometimes
It's
does
such a
as well,
shame.
like sends ballads after ballads. Sometimes, obviously.
Yeah, but I feel like
skin in between.
yeah, maybe.
Maneskin, there is also Mahmoud.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mahmoud.
no, Italy is.
I think
uh,
Italy is a
Italy is
powerhouse
yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
but
Well,
and
if you
France
have
is
a- if
also
you
a
have a
powerhouse, but it's not a powerhouse for us, right?
No,
They have
We
the
don't
two
really-
nice languages. Sorry, Katrina.
I just wanted to say we don't really have a ballad lover in our group.
No, I like
Despite
ballads.
you do.
But I don't like I like when it's more like sophisticated with the melody. If it's like, I don't like opera, like, oh, I get bored with the, oh, something. If it's like Mahmoud with a little bit of singing.
We're worried about my vocals on the podcast.
Excuse me, Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah. I like an occasional mature Italian man singing. So,
Oh, but the
like-
Frenchman.
No, I mean like just on the recent performances.
You know what I
Italian
like?
Italian ballads. Were
Ballads
quite pleased
wise, and speaking of Italy, you know Grande Amore?
Yes.
Oh,
The-
yeah.
The
that's
2020,
that's
right?
the ex-
Or is that
No, earlier.
Fire
like,
Amore.
when no.
Grande
Yeah,
Amore, the trio, the Italian trio. Yeah,
that's
2015.
actually it contradicts what I said earlier with opera, but those guys really pulled it off. I think it was
Yeah.
like the columns, like Roman architecture or something, and then
Yeah.
very bombastic. But
Yeah, I think people like these kind of songs, and looking at the comments on Reddit, which is my main source of
Yeah, but it's just
insight.
not carrying this power like
Yeah.
the Amore did, or like Italy last year.
yeah, really
you know,
powerful.
yeah.
Those guys
Yeah.
were like
Just
Yeah.
heavy
pure
artillery, like
passion.
But what I was gonna say, I looked at kind of commentary of people how they see the 3 songs that came out, and this was by far the favorite. I don't think anyone thinks it's a winner per se.
Well, if you had to ask me out of 3 that you
Yeah.
just heard,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
my favorite too.
Yeah.
So you know,
But I can quite confidently say all of those 3 will be at the bottom of my personal list. I can already claim that.
well, you don't know what other countries are sending.
Maybe
So
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
There's no more important list than Katrina's personal voting list. So
yeah, we should open the My Eurovision scoreboards
Exactly,
group again.
exactly.
So, you know. Anyway, side note.
So interesting what we will do with the staging. I hope they'll.
Yeah, and it
Change
would be good to see if he can also sing that well in live performance, because I think last year we got really hyped up about Lazara, and then I think maybe the live performance wasn't as grand as the video. So I just have doubts now after that maybe, you know, you need to listen to the live performance to really understand the kind of the quality of the vocals.
And sometimes they don't release for a very long time
Yeah.
live performance, though, so you really cannot. It's hard to judge whether it's
Yeah,
actually.
because I
really
think with Albania, you know, you see her performing on stage, you're very
Yeah.
confident, okay, this is as close to what we're gonna get in Eurovision. With this, I'm never sure how much they altered.
good. Cool. Thank you, Franz. Moving on now to. So there's a plethora of artists that were announced as well for Eurovision Song Contest 2024 for the countries that usually select their artists before they select their song. For whatever the reason they decide to do this, I'm not a big fan of the whole sort of process. So, Katrina, would you like to share anything from what's been announced already?
In some cases, they already have artist and a song. They just will release the song later in the month or next month. In some other weird cases, they have the artist, but they don't have the song yet. So I think the UK announcement probably got the most attention because the representative this year is somewhat famous, I guess. Ollie Alexander from the project Years and Years. You probably have heard of their most popular song called King. I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. You would know the song. You would know the song
I'm
if
not
you heard
sure.
it. Yeah.
If you played, you probably would know.
Yeah, you would. So just like the past couple of in the past couple of years, UK acts been very, very active on social media. Ollie is no exception. He's already very active. He seems charismatic, friendly, a very media-friendly persona. What I found very funny that this year the UK randomly announced their act during the final of Strictly Come Dancing.
What?
Of course.
So maybe
typical.
it's the sign they are really taking seriously this year. Because if they are announcing this during the Strictly final, which is like the national institution.
August, I'm not sure if you know, but in here, Strictly Come Dancing is like an institution.
It is.
I mean, it's like the most important.
What
very
is
important.
sorry? What is
It's a
Strictly?
dancing show.
It's like a dancing show, like celebrities
show?
teamed up with like professional dancers and they compete. Yeah.
It's like a
Okay.
live show.
Oh, we have this in Lithuania.
Yeah, every country had this
Dance
at some
with
point.
the
It's
stars,
just,
no?
Exactly.
in UK, it never ended. You know,
Oh, it's
In
still
UK,
going.
it never ended. It's very, very.
And it's a big thing.
yeah.
So it's a big deal. You know,
Bigger than Love Island.
whatever is said during Strictly final obviously has millions and millions and millions of people listening and watching. So,
They announced it during the final of that show.
Yeah.
They managed to swoop in Eurovision so people listen about it.
And they said
There's no other way.
they said something similar about the last year's UK representative. No, that she was like she was quite a bit popular, charismatic, and
She was also very active on social media. Yeah. But you see where it got her.
yeah.
Moving on. Then we also have.
Can I add a few points about the UK?
Oh yeah, please.
Just interesting snippet that I read on social media is that the BBC representatives believe, wish, I don't know what's the right word, that this is going to be a winner, obviously, this year.
Why?
And
Why do you every time
Winner of what?
They're really hoping for
Strictly Come
the
Dancing?
winning performance. They're really hoping for a very commercially successful song. So they seem to be... I don't know if they say this every year. Probably.
Wait, who's they?
BBC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, BBC, yeah.
Okay.
Because they select, right? They select
Yes.
the song and the artist.
I think they have to say that. Like, they
Yeah.
can't just select a song that they will think will do mediocre.
Yeah, it's a shitter. This one is going to be a bit shit.
This year we're just
sending a mediocre song.
And
It's going to be
obviously-
scraping the bottom.
Too early to say anything, but with the bookers, I think it's at the top.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
shit.
We've seen how many countries have released songs.
Yeah, but this is...
Oh, it's just an artist,
Yeah, it doesn't even have a song.
the big
so
name.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big name carries kind of a bit of weight with the bookies.
But May had been quite up as well in the odds for some time. The UK has
we heard
chosen.
alive singing.
Yes, so all could happen.
Yeah, I think it really depends on his abilities.
Then the next country, Slovenia, already has the singer announced and the name of the song announced. It's going to be Raven singing a song called Veronica. It's going to be released on
Not
the 20th.
Simona. Well, disappointing, but
Next
that's
time.
okay.
It's going to be released on the 20th of January, so we will cover it in the next couple of weeks. She's only 27 years old, but already tried to represent Slovenia quite a few times. And quite a few times she got quite close to winning the national selection.
Why are
I'm
you
sorry,
laughing?
but when you say only 27-year-olds, that's quite old for Eurovision.
Is
Like
it?
they can start from 16.
Okay. For me,
I think it's
27
just our group
feels
is
like
a
a
bit
baby.
older.
So we'll see. Then we have the Netherlands, and the representative this year will be a guy named Joost Klein, who was selected internally from over 600 participants.
Is he Calvin's brother?
Exactly. I was gonna say the same. Very good joke. I held on to it, and then I watched you, and you said it. Nice.
And apparently he has an original style of singing, some original
great.
music. He's being compared to Kariya.
Okay.
I'm not sure
interesting.
deservingly or undeservingly, but he is basically expected to bring a party and a banger, which will be very, very welcome to see from the Netherlands, given that the past few
Oh,
years
true. It's
they've
always been a bit
sending
mellow.
with mellow music. Yeah, so really looking forward. Then Greece, Marina Sati, internally selected national broadcaster, has started searching for her song, so she has not got a song
Oh,
yet.
okay.
They just selected the singers.
And she
Searching.
doesn't write the songs, right?
Wait,
like
who
they
is-
search for the song.
Is she the searcher, or is she the singer, or is she some? She's like Lady Baba Yaga, Vanda.
I just love how the process is disconnected. It's like we select the song and we select the
Selector.
person.
No, it's the selector of the song.
Well,
She
yeah.
searches for it.
Well, the national broadcaster will try to find a song that would fit her style, fit her persona,
Oh,
fit,
so
fit
she
her
is
voice.
no, but she's the singer.
She's the singer.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
the singer
I
has
thought
been
she's
chosen.
the searcher.
Search
Picked
engine.
her to go on a journey to find the song, and the song will be attached to the artist.
Okay, just to clarify, the national broadcaster selected the singer,
Okay.
not the
Oh, the
searcher
singer.
of
Oh.
the song.
I think our audience would understand that.
Oh, let's see. I was just confused.
I listened to her most popular song. It was quite cool. It combines like Greek sounds with more modern urban influences. So we'll see what they find for her. And then we have Belgium with an artist named Musti. And he already has an active music career across Belgium and France. And what is also interesting that he has been and will be again a judge on Belgian
Strictly Come Dancing.
drag race show. So we can potentially expect a colorful performance from Musti.
Okay,
Nice.
interesting.
Belgium usually sends a bit depressive songs, no?
Not last
But
year.
Last year was good.
Oh, last year
Gustav,
was
yeah.
I loved
Yeah,
it.
so there may be more continuing into that kind of vibe.
Gustav. To be fair, Gustav, and again, controversial opinion, but he did look like he went on a binge alcoholic
Why?
session. I don't know. I saw it, and I looked during the performance. I don't
he
know,
was
something
reddish,
in his
right?
eyes. It looked like puffy and reddish. I don't know.
We had
Maybe
a
it
good
was the
time
nerves.
celebrating Eurovision.
I mean,
you know?
it's
Maybe
Eurovision, it's a
anxiety.
party, right?
Maybe
So-
anxiety or something. But I don't know, I just remember thinking.
No,
Anyway,
I mean,
we'll cut this one out.
Katrina is famously the biggest fan of Belgium.
Well, used
so-
to be.
Well, used to be. I mean, yeah.
Not Gustav's,
And,
the raves.
Yeah, other than that, of course, new names will be revealed in the coming weeks. But we know that some big names are back in national selections. Okay, you will be very excited
No way.
about
Oh shit! They're going again.
They're going again. Then all of us will be very excited about the Roop.
Yay!
Wow! Oh really?
I think
And
we're going again, yeah.
it's confirmed. It's confirmed.
Really?
Yes.
But they seemed humble the second time to recognize that if it's not better than the first time, they will not do it. So
They
if
think they have even a better
wow!
song. Yeah.
So it means they're confident.
Yeah.
But I feel like not enough time has passed. Like it's very fresh. Like it's only been like 2 years, and they're going again. Like I don't know.
I mean, if you saw the rest of the list of participants, you would be glad. The
I
Roop is,
appreciate the Roop. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
Okay.
I do
Yeah.
not recognize any of those other names other than Monica Maria, and it would be quite lulls for Lithuania to send another Monica.
I mean, let's do it.
Let's do it for the lulls. And then it's kind of a rumor, but kind of confirmed. But it looks like Constructor might be back for Serbia.
Oh,
Oh,
I
really?
think
is
I've
this?
heard
Strava.
this. The
Bit
washing
Strava.
hands
Oh.
lady.
Bit.
okay. But was that a good song, or was it just interesting and
Oh,
weird?
the fans loved it.
The fans
The
loved
fans
Really?
ate it up.
It's
big
an
time.
interesting concept
did
again.
she
like
do well in the?
I think she was fourth.
Yeah, she did very well.
Really?
Yeah, she did really well. Yeah, I think that's why
Oh,
Serbia
shit.
went with another kind of artistic performance last year, but that
Oh,
didn't
yeah, the
do
robot,
as well. Yeah. I also heard rumors that Mahmoud may be back
No way.
Again?
with a dance track.
Back to back.
Dance.
Dance track.
Oh, I'm looking forward
that's
to
that's
dance.
rumors on Reddit though, so don't quote
Okay,
me on.
okay.
Where did we walk around San Remo and like heard it or
I
something?
have no idea. I just consume the social media.
Because you know how we have to select via San Remo. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that's it.
Well, if he's
Gonna take 4
if he's
days.
going for Sanremo, he's going for Eurovision. Because if you win Sanremo, you go to Eurovision.
so we're gonna
Isn't
be
it
watching
the
San
third
Remo
time.
then.
He's
Yes.
already gone twice, no?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you guys? What's your personal opinion about participating again? Because we have a friend who thinks it's very, very poor taste of
I don't know.
artists to try again, and it's like fame and popularity a bit. Like you had your run, unless you can bring something clearly better. But
It feels like you would only get back if your like career side of Eurovision is not going as well, and you're trying to reignite the fire.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't know. I never get like as hyped about the second performances as I did about the first. And if I do think the second performance is better, it's more often than not, I don't even remember the first performance. So it's kind of like, yes, you either bring something better or you just don't go the second time.
But I think usually they get confidence to go the second time if they do very well on the first.
Yeah.
So it's really, really hard
That's true as
to
well.
then overtake it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like the fact that, you know, some artists just, I don't know, this is gonna be like me slamming Loreen again, but they just seem to like play on that popularity wave of having like done well in the previous contest, and it kind of comes with this expectation, oh, I know this name, so I already like the song, as opposed to like coming to the contest and listening to the song fresh with
completely
new perspective.
random artists that you don't know and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So you take.
I don't think the fans, like hardcore fans, do it, but I think the audience, you know, like Euphoria was such a like epic song that they saw the same singer, the same kind of style, and they were just like, oh yeah, it's another great song.
We looked at the calendar, but about 50 years. So
I thought it would work against her. I thought that fans would be comparing it against
Yeah.
Euphoria and saying it's not as good, but she still won.
Good for her. Good for her.
And sorry, I lied. There are a couple more names I recognized on the Lithuanians.
How many more times you lied?
2 more. No, just this once, because because this conversation about returning artists triggered this thought. We will also have Vilja returning and trying
Oh,
again.
shit.
And you do remember this guy called Andrus Pojavis?
I don't know if
Yes.
it's this guy, but I was
The
going to
guy
say there's a
about-
guy that always tries out. And he's he's melodramatic, slim, tall, right? Like last year was boldish.
No, he hasn't tried for quite a few years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you might be thinking
wait.
about Gabrielis Vagalis.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, that guy.
Yeah, no, Andrus Pojavis, he already represented us, I think, back in 2015.
Was it Run with the Lions, maybe?
No,
No,
a bit
that-
before
no,
that.
but-
He was the one who was singing that his shoe is called Spain or something like that. It's like super weird lyrics.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's-
I watched Eurovision back then.
Yeah. We can pause and check that song.
Pojavis.
Yeah, so he's back.
Okay. Interested to see his
It'll be
performance.
interesting. Yeah, sure.
I do not remember his song that well, to be honest. Anyways,
Last but not least, we wanted to share with you what social media is saying about Eurovision, as if you wouldn't know already, and discuss that a little bit.
I think we're sharing it to ourselves mostly.
Okay, let's just chat. What does internet say?
Do you want to kick us off?
Introduce our segment of social media echoes.
ASMR next, Katrina.
Social media
Echoes.
Echoes.
So social media is quite hyped about the fact that Luxembourg is back after
Oh, I saw
30
that.
years.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Romania's participation is very unclear.
But they're just not going to participate.
It seems they are not, but they still might be. There are still some talks happening with the national broadcaster. As it stands today, they are out, but there is a little hope still left that they might.
Can we
be
just replay Hey Ho? Wasn't that their song? Romania, no?
Moldova.
Oh, Moldova.
Moldova sends good
back.
songs.
Yeah.
Moldova sends good songs.
Why is Romania? Is it
I
annoyed
think
with
rumors
the
say it. Yeah, as you see, Eurovision is not very popular in Romania. No one really watches it, and they just. It's not a priority just for the national broadcaster to spend money.
expensive and
It's very expensive, yeah. So it's just not a priority for them, especially with quite low viewership rates, I guess. Any other comments on the participating countries?
You remember Bulgaria? Did they pull out as well? Last year they were not there, right? Bulgaria.
I think they're just still not there,
Yeah.
basically.
Exactly.
okay.
No other changes from the last year.
Yeah, they were annoyed that they didn't perform well or something.
But they used to perform
They
quite
did
well.
so
they
well
they
recently.
had good songs, but they were not
didn't
hitting
even-
the top 5 and.
I think
Wasn't
some
there
countries
la-
also make the argument about like the economic conditions and they don't want to spend the
Yeah.
money. And I think we've had like pretty.
And wasn't their last song that they sent that dad rock song in 2022?
Could be, yeah.
Or 2021?
Could be, yeah.
What rock? Dad rock?
Dad rock.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, I remember the
Yeah.
unimpressive.
Yeah.
We're dragging
Not
everyone. We're
memorable.
dragging 2024 performance, 23, 22.
Oh,
Anyone we
shit.
can
No,
remember.
please come back.
You remember it, so.
No, I remember the unimpressiveness.
I remember the memes.
Yeah. The
Oh,
memes
yeah.
were so good.
So, and next fun thing was, so the Swiss head of delegation tweeted that this year they will not be sending, in capital letters, a mail ballot.
Wow.
Attention, everyone! Switzerland will not be sending a mail ballot.
Wow.
Good to know. Good to
And
know.
that's what their head of delegation tweeted. So hopefully that's true, and this year will be free from a sad Swiss boy
Who doesn't want to go to war?
Doesn't want to be a soldier.
Or the really high-pitched with the accident.
Yeah.
With the automobile
I'm really
accident.
hoping
The soul leaving his body
Yeah.
as he looks down.
So I'm
No more
hoping
accidents in Switzerland.
Or drive
No
safe.
war in Switzerland.
Always wear a seatbelt.
for Switzerland 2019 to be back. That's my hope.
Is that a dance song?
Luca, honey.
Yeah. That was a good one. Do we know if
She got me.
if Australia is participating?
That is a good point, because there were rumors last year. But
Because I think their kind of mandate was like 10 years or
Oh,
something
they
like
need
that.
to renew it or something,
Oh,
isn't
really?
it?
Yeah,
Maybe- yeah,
but I
we need to
mean,
look into it.
if I can't imagine us losing Australia.
No.
Yeah, no, we would know about it if they were not participating.
Usually
Yes.
they
It will
bring
be-
something good.
Yeah,
Quality,
I
quality.
love Australia. Yeah, and I think generally reading the chatter on social media. Yeah, I think we discussed some of the views that people are sharing in terms of the already out songs. And I saw some comments that people are quite intrigued about Croatia's national selection. Really keen to see the main song that people are hyping up, but expect to see something wacky and maybe Norway 21-esque. Like kind of strange lyrics, strange performances, costumes, etc. Remember the banana?
Ah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You should just say banana.
Yeah, I didn't want to spoil myself by looking at the performance already, so I was like, let's keep it for the week that we're discussing it for, but people are hyped.
Okay. I'll look
So it's
forward
their
to that
favorite
selection.
from the national selection at the moment.
Yeah, from Croatia. Like the national selection hasn't started yet, but there were already some interviews with them and kind of they're a big name. I think the other name that I kept seeing on social media is one of the bands in Estonia's national selection. I think they're bringing something a bit fringy as well this year into the national selection, so we'll see whether they do well or not.
I just had an idea. You know who the UK should send? The Beatles. Everybody loves them. Everybody loves them. Why would they not?
One of my friends said that, if UK sent Coldplay, we would win. And I was like, nobody listens to Coldplay anymore.
Hey,
like,
I do.
Yeah, but that tells us more about us than
yeah, we're
Eurovision
just
people.
old. We still remember Miss Congeniality.
Yeah. So that's a bad sign. Anything else from social media? Anything from the internet that you've seen?
Have you seen the stage design?
Yes.
Yeah,
I haven't.
it's a big plus.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
But also, the stage, one of the stage designers or something is actually done work for Beyonce. So big guns. And not just Albania ones, just other guns. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
Let's cut this
okay.
one. Okay.
No. Let's do it.
Why?
Let's go for the
Wait, what's the-
objectification of women.
Albanian guns?
No, ignore.
Oh, those guns.
So let the editor show that I was showing my breasts.
So with regards to
Oh,
the stage,
God.
social media is saying it gives Loreen sandwich presser, but it also gives
I never
It
heard
gives-
this sandwich presser.
Panini press.
It's,
Yeah.
it's a funny observation. It's true.
but for some people it also gives the flag of Switzerland. So we'll see what the Swiss will do. The Swiss non-male ballot person will do with that stage.
I'm expecting Spain 22 or Israel 23 from Switzerland this year.
Oh my God, Gerda is talking like in just years now. Spain 22.
I can't remember the artist's name, so...
1,999.
Who's the encyclopedia now?
Yeah, exactly. You're really contesting.
Do you think
Katrina.
ABBA will perform?
I think they're gonna show the
Avatar.
The holograms.
The holograms.
100%.
Yeah.
They will show the holograms.
Yeah,
from
they
the
could take
ABBA Voyage.
Yeah, they could
Yeah.
take some of the lights from London and install them somehow.
We can just create new for this show.
But
It's
they
really
said
good, though.
they're not reuniting, but I think it's kind of
That'd be cool.
asterisk terms
That
of
would be
condition
cool.
supply.
It has to be.
I hope so. Those ABBA Voyage is great.
I'm definitely sure that Mans is gonna make a comeback.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I mean, Sweden.
Sweden. Yay. Okay. Cool. So I think that's it for this episode. We have loads of stuff coming out. I mean, Eurovision has loads of stuff coming out in the upcoming weeks, but we will be obviously reviewing. I think the heats are starting. The Norway heat is starting next week. Norway. So probably
And Lithuania.
Lithuania starting their heat. So probably we're gonna cover those at least in the upcoming episode. Outside of that, I hope you enjoyed our controversial conspiracy
theory.
controversial conspiracy theories and controversial comments as well. Please tune back in to listen to the next episode, and thanks for being part of Eurovision is My Religion. Keep the Euro vibe strong until next week.
Yeah.
Hey ho, let's go.
Bye.
Bye.